What's up guys, welcome to a new vlog. So we're heading back to Germany. We've been in Italy filming the whole day for David, for his business. Actually we have a big crash 1 hour ago. The camera fell down from here. We have a perfect setup as you can see, but then somehow the chair slid and the camera fell like this, yeah, but luckily nothing got broken, just small details with the screen, but it's all good. We're gonna get it fixed. But the most important, we need to finish the main job, all the videos, and then this is just the first part. So you can also play soccer a little bit. Okay, it's better to leave like this and just go to lunch. See you guys. A lot of videos so you can actually see what we've been doing yesterday. Now heading back home to Russia. First we'll stop in Munich to record an interview. Anyways guys, let's go. See you soon.
A natural drink that you can use to prevent from getting a hangover.
Alexander, good job. Heavy traffic, been driving for pretty much an hour and a half like this. You know, we tried, the road is always showing you to go to another road, and that road is also has heavy traffic. So we're actually really late for the meeting with the client, and you know, also I'll discuss a little bit about the person who we're meeting. Hopefully it will be still possible, because you know, we went for with good amount of time in advance, but eventually traffic, you can't really do anything. So the person, has multiple businesses, and we're gonna really try to get the product which he has. And this product is for after you're getting hangover, you can use this product to recover, you know, everything and to feel much better. So it's pretty cool concept, because we're gonna try to come up with some sort of a strategy for a product, and make also like a video content, make some sort of commercial which we can use. So we'll have the product with us and try to create some sort of different video for Instagram stories, because stories is a great way right now. It has pretty much the most reach of your audience, because everyone's gonna go to the stories. And we're gonna try to come up with 15-second short videos and 60-second short videos, and then use it for advertising purposes. Michelle, thank you so much for coming to Munich, because you had some meetings as well with the product, which we'll discuss now. But thanks again for organizing this. And so just, you know, to start off, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I grew up in Switzerland, and moved to Australia over 20 years ago, and lived in Australia for 20 years. And last year I came back to Switzerland to develop our product together with my brothers-in-law. And so we're really excited, because we're going to launch it in about a week or two. We had the first production run last week, and it's now going into the warehouse. And basically I'm going to concentrate on this product over the next few years, and we hope it's going to be a success. A natural drink that you can use to prevent from getting a hangover. And the reason we've developed this product is because we came across something called chlorella, which is an algae from Japan. that's my brother-in-law has been using for a while to prevent his hangover, and he said if he has a drink and uses chlorella tablets before he goes to sleep, he doesn't get a hangover in the morning. So I've tried it myself because I didn't believe it, and I realized it's helping quite a lot, right? And we kind of jokingly said we should probably market it as a hangover cure, right? And then we kind of were bantering about it, and we came up with this concept of creating a hangover cure based on chlorella. So what we've done, we traveled to Japan, and we tried to find the best source for the chlorella. And we found a small producer that produces extremely high quality, very clean chlorella, probably the best you can find in Japan or anywhere. And we negotiated some prices and stuff like that. And then the next step was, how are we going to sell the product? Because you actually have to have quite a large quantity of chlorella to make an effect, to actually help your body recuperate from alcohol. And we realized pretty soon that we can't use capsules, because people would have to take 20 or 30 capsules in one go, and that's just too much for people to take, right?
And not everyone can also take the capsules.
And not everyone can take the capsules, especially if they had a big night drinking, right? So the capsules was not a good idea. And then we looked at drinks and how we could bottle it maybe, and we came across this format, this bottling format that a factory in Austria produces, and we thought it's the right quantity, it's the right format, and we could probably work with something like that, right? And while we were in Asia researching the chlorella, we also came across a few other products that people use in Asia to cure hangovers, and we realized that in different Asian countries, especially Japan and Korea, there's a massive market for hangover cures, and they use different ingredients, mostly natural ingredients, and they're basically local herbs, or in Japan it's mainly curcumin that they use from turmeric. And we looked into formulating our product with other ingredients to enhance it, to make it better, to actually use different ideas and make it better and increase the efficacy. And we experimented with different ingredients, and we had some test batches made, and it took about a year to develop the product fully. And we came up with this. Right. So
from the idea to the actual, like, to this product, it took you about, say, like a year?
About a year and a half.
Yeah. And this product is also, I would say, unique, because you have, me personally, I haven't seen much of this going on, like in US, or I assume in US now. You said it's popular more.
Yeah. There's a few similar products that are popular in the US. They use similar ingredients. None of them use chlorella, but they use others. And I think that the strength of our product is it uses the best ingredients of a range of products that claim to help hangovers. It uses milk thistle, it uses DHM, it uses chlorella. It's got turmeric in it as well. There's the high quality turmeric powder in every little bottle. And the other thing is it's all natural. It hasn't got any chemicals in it. It's an all natural product. It's even sweetened with natural juice concentrate. It hasn't got any sugar, and it's vegan, obviously, which is a big plus. So I think we created a product that stands out from the competition quite well, and especially in Europe, which doesn't have that many products in that kind of format. We're going to do really well.
So which markets you're gonna first focus on?
Right, that's a good question. We're going to first focus on the German-speaking market, so it's Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, because our branding and our packaging is now done in German. Our website is also in German, and we've got 2 warehouses, one in Austria and one in Switzerland, and we're going to service these 3 countries from these warehouses. We already started working on an English version, where we're going to target the UK and Australia, potentially the US. We're working on FDA approval in the US together with the manufacturer that is actually producing our product. And so that is going to be the next step. But the first market is the German-speaking market, and the next one will be the English-speaking market.
What about getting like licensed? I know obviously you have to go through some process, like with the US you go through FDA, right? What about here in Europe? How is it different? Maybe?
Well, it's a little bit different in Europe. it's not a license as such that you need. You cannot use ingredients that are not allowed to be used as food products in Europe. So every ingredient has to be a legally registered ingredient for food. And we are using an approved manufacturer that is actually mixing our ingredients and bottling to EU standards, to comply with EU standards. And they also helped us to do the packaging and the labeling, which is very important. The labeling has to be legal. It has to have the energy values. It has to have the exact vitamin content. And it has to be very, very accurate and to comply with the EU guidelines. Once we do a version for the US, it's going to be completely different. We have to comply with FDA guidelines, etc., etc. But in Europe, you haven't got the same process.
Yeah. What was the most?
Factory is already approved as such. Yeah.
What was the most maybe challenging for you while you were, creating this product? Well, one of maybe just the step which was the most.
The most challenging was about halfway through the branding process, having the branding, the slogans, and the way we created the brand identity legalized for the EU, right? Because we had to work with food lawyers that specialize in food labeling and health claims, and all the claims that we make on the packaging have to be legal. And that was very challenging because there's a lot of things we wanted to put on our packaging that we were not allowed to, so we had to kind of modify the wording. We had to modify certain ingredients to actually be allowed to make health claims. We had to increase some of the potency of the ingredients to be able to have enough vitamins in there to be able to make health claims. So the EU is extremely strict with that, but the advantage of this is we now have a product that is very, very potent, that is very effective. And even though it was challenging and very frustrating, and it took a long time to get through that process, and also a lot of money in terms of legal fees, etc., we now ended up with a product that is very suitable for the German-speaking market and the European market wider. And it's a much better quality product that we initially wanted to do.
Also, like when I look at this product, like obviously you said it's like right now you're focusing on like partying people, right? Who can take it.
Yeah.
But also this could be applied for maybe other like areas, like for example health, right? Or people who are doing sports and they need to recover. So what are your thoughts on going that route as well?
Absolutely. Look, we're gonna market it to different groups, right? Using social media and other means. We're gonna market it to obviously the partying. People that want to recover quickly and in a natural way. I think there's a lot of people that have, active lifestyles, very healthy lifestyles, but still drink alcohol and party on the weekends, and they want to probably recover in a more natural way than rather take painkillers in the morning to recover the headache. They'd probably rather have a natural thing, and we believe that they might actually use this for other reasons too, even if they don't drink, because the ingredients that we have in there are basically targeting your liver. They're helping your liver recover faster from anything, right? Even if you have maybe too much food or you haven't had a healthy lifestyle. You can safely take one or two of these every day for continuously, right? It's completely safe. And it will give you extra vitamins, it will give you extra ingredients that will help recover your liver. We have turmeric in there, which is anti-inflammatory, so it reduces inflammation anywhere in your body, especially in your liver. So it's a very good product to take for other reasons or for no reason whatsoever, just to be healthier, right? I mean, some people take a multivitamin every day. They can also take one of these every day to help recover your liver.
Yeah, I think it's great because I mean I can use it even for like you said, daily just to recover,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know, liver, and just to make sure that like the healthy lifestyle. So
Yeah.
I think people will love it, because I think the packaging you did is also pretty amazing, because that's, you know, probably the first, you know, basically the first look. When you look at the packaging, you already have some sort of idea what this could be. So this is, I think, one of the biggest probably success with the packaging you have. So, and then afterwards it's just a matter of, you know, putting it out there on social media, trying to work with you know, different strategies, like with influencers, getting it out there. So
that is your job.
Yeah,
that is your job.
Yeah, of course. So I mean, but you know, this kind of product is also good for marketing. Like you can, you know, you really do a lot of things with that, and especially the niche nowadays. A lot of like bloggers, influencers. So if you really push this through them, and especially like you said, manufacture in Europe. Which is a huge advantage, like for Russia, for example. If you bring some product from Europe to Russia, people love it, because they're like, wow, this is from European. They trust it more, because we always buy stuff from even grocery stores. We go to Finland because we like to buy some, you know, cheese and I don't know, milk, stuff like that. So that's why it's good. So I think it's definitely gonna work really well. And what are you focusing? Like now you said German, right, market. Maybe in the future you're looking. You mentioned Turkey,
right?
Maybe Russia as well.
We have an interest in Turkey, right? We have an interest in Moscow as well. So we look at that at the second and third stage. I think the second stage will be an English version for the English-speaking market, and the broader world. We also look into Asia. Obviously, I think there's a big potential in Asia. Maybe we have to redo the branding a little bit for that, but I think there's a big potential, especially since you mentioned it is made in Europe. The product is made in Europe to a very, very high standard, and people all over the world would actually trust that the guidelines in Europe are so strict that they would trust the product to be of high quality. You mentioned the branding. Which is a good point, because the brief that we gave the branding agency is that we want to make a product that appeals to party people, but that can also sit on a shelf in a pharmacy, right? So they created a brand for us that looks and feels at home in both areas. It can be a medical product or look like a medical product, or a health food product. It can sit in Whole Foods, for instance. But it wouldn't detract the party people either. So we've got this fluoro green, which is, you know, very striking, very bright. But we've also got a lot of white areas, which looks clean and would conform medically, and wouldn't actually look out of place in a pharmacy either.
So let's say I want to buy right now. So do you you sell it as a one piece, or do you sell it as a package right now?
We sell it online as a box of 12 for 35 euros. It's available at drinkactivate.com, and once we will sell to shops like 7-Elevens and small supermarkets, etc., etc. It will sit on the shelf as a box, but they will sell it. They will sell it individually to their customers.
Perfect. So, Shell, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. So I'm sure it's going to be really successful, and your also approach is very professional as well. So it's just amazing to see how you create those different approaches. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we just arrived, getting the car back. As you've seen, they made this check mark, which is just checked everything. So wanted to cover a little bit about renting the car. So it's super efficient when you're going somewhere and need to travel to another city close by, like in our case, went to Munich, and then 3-4 hours, and we drove to Mirano. So heading to the gate now. We're always running, always late at every gate, because every time the screens are like showing the time, and then suddenly it starts to show the boarding. So but we still have like a few minutes left, and yeah, that concludes our trip. Alexander, good job. Yeah, it's actually funny because you walk all the way like this, and then here you have the road which we'll take now. but there is no point. I don't know why they did it. So anyways, let's head back home.